Hi, this is Rick with Saturn Bands, and today I want to make a quick video to show you not only how to install an Apple Watch band onto an Apple Watch, but also how to remove links from an Apple Watch. Before we get into it though, I do want to mention that if you have any trouble with any part of this process, or if you have happen to have a defective band or anything goes wrong in any part of the process, please contact us first. We will make sure that you are satisfied. We have a 110% satisfaction guarantee, and we're not afraid to use it. So do contact us first. Use our website, SaturnBands.com. All right, so with that being said, let's get right into it. Before we start modifying these bands heavily and removing pins, I want to show you all a little bit about our brand new Saturn band, and I want to compare it to one of our top competitors. This particular band, you'll notice, weighs in at 3 ounces complete, and you'll notice that it has this buckle here, which makes it kind of unseemly. This is our Saturn band, which has a very smooth edge to it. You'll notice it's also heavier, so when I do just the competitor band, it's 3 ounces. Now if I put on the Saturn band, it's going to be considerably heavier. That may not seem like much, but that's a good 20% more or so heavier than a competing band. You'll also notice how smooth the finish is, and then it has kind of the reflective part in the middle and the more matte finish. It really matches the Apple Watch perfectly, which you'll see here. So you'll really enjoy that, but without further ado, let's get right into modifying this band, or let's say removing some links from it. We're going to do that with the included link removal tool, which you should receive with your Saturn band. Might be a different color, but it'll work exactly the same as this one. So first, I want to start with a common question that I get, which is just how to remove a band, the Apple Watch band. This is the normal Apple Watch Sport band that comes included with it. So the key here is really to just push this button very firmly. You can use your finger. You don't have to use one of those special tools. Your finger works just fine as long as you're pushing that button right there. So as long as you hit it very firmly, the band will just slide right out for you. It's pretty quick, very nice system. Same thing with the other side. Just make sure you're hitting that button. Hit it, and it should slide right out for you. Okay? Now let's get on to pin removal. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're paying attention on the back of the band. You're going to see some small arrows. And so those small arrows tell you which way you're going to remove the pin. So we're going to go ahead and place the band inside the pin removal tool. And we're going to make sure that the arrows are pointing that way. Okay? So take your pin removal tool, and then once it's lined up, take your pin, your small pin there, and line it up with one of the small holes on the side of the band. Okay? So this means that we're going to remove this particular link. So once I take it, I screw the pin removal tool in, and then I want to verify, just visually looking, to make sure that this pin removal tool is inserted into the hole where the pin is. So now I look at it and I can tell, yes, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and twist. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Now you see the pin from inside the watch band came out the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and finish removing that. Set that aside. You'll definitely want to store that. Now I've removed half. I've done half my work so far. I'm going to want to continue. So let's say I want to remove this particular link here. I'm going to put the remainder into the link removal tool, and then I'm going to want to make sure again that it's lined up, my arrows are both lined up, and the actual pin tool is inserted into the hole, and just twist. Again, you'll see that the pin came out the other side. I unscrew it and pull it. And I just pull the pin with my hand, and now I've removed the link. Alright, So now that we have the link removed, we're going to want to take our pin and reinsert it into the band. And so to do that, simply take our band, join them up, and then make sure that your pin is facing the exact same way it was when you took it out, and just simply reinsert it right back in. Just push it right back in. Again, now you're going against, so you're going to want to make sure that you're going against the arrow when you're pushing the pin. And so you're going to need something a little tougher to finish that last little bit to make sure that the pin is in there tight. So what I recommend using is the end of a rubber screwdriver or any sort of tool which is hard but not too tough where it's going to damage your watch or your band. So we just take that last little bit is all we're really worried about, and we're just going to try to tap that in so we can put it against the surface. It doesn't take very much force at all, so you can be careful. Now we have our brand new band. And so last, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and put that onto the Apple Watch. So because this is a metal band now, we want to do it a little differently than we would with the silicone or the sport type bands that are included with the watch. First, you notice that I opened the band up, and then now I'm going to go ahead and slide it in just about not even halfway, and then I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to slide that in as well. You'll see that there. And so once you do that, you can press on the button on the underside and then slide it in all the way. Okay? Push the button on the underside and slide it in all the way. It should click on, should look really nice, give you a nice finish. I'm going to go ahead and put that on so you can see just how well our Saturn band matches the watch. You can see something displayed on the watch there. And this should give you a really good feel for what the watch band will look like on your space gray. This is on the space gray sport watch. Okay? Now this is under very bright light, so it might look a little different, but you can see there how well the space gray watch matches the band. And that's because this band was specifically designed to match this watch. You'll notice how wide the band gets as it reaches the watch, and that's specifically done also to make sure that it looks and fits the Apple Watch specifically. So really gives it a real good finish there. So to wrap up, I want to address a couple questions that I get pretty frequently, which is how tight or how loose should I wear my Apple Watch band? And it is really a matter of personal preference. That's what it comes down to. I will give you my point of view on it, which is I personally like to be able to fit a pinky finger between my wrist and the band. But that is totally a matter of personal preference. I would say that you can get to a point where you're too loose, and that is where the watch will start spinning on you, on your wrist, and that would be a bit too much. Some things to note with the Apple Watch specifically, and that is you don't want to make it too loose. When it is a little bit more snug, there's two things that happen. When it is a little bit more snug, you will tend to get better readings from your heart rate monitor, just personal experience, and you will, the watch seems to respond better when you pick it up and it automatically turns on to show you your notifications or your time. It seems to work a little better the more snug it is. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind though that as the day wears on, typically in hotter climates, your wrist does tend to expand. So you want to make sure that it's not too snug for you. Again, I want to reiterate the fact that we are here for you, whether it's via live web chat on the SaturnBands.com website. Phone number is on our website as well, or email. We are here for you. Feel free to give us any feedback or any questions that you have. Thank you. Bye.